I started with one of Edmonton's best brunches at Pip. Chef Connor was super easygoing and taught me a killer hot sauce recipe. Now it's time for a few grab-and-go dishes from Edmonton hotspots, Farrow sandwiches, and Pêpêstêw.
I'm Ashley Callingbull, and this is my one perfect meal.
To get to Farrow sandwiches, I'll need to cross the stunning river valley from Strathcona to Jasper Ave in downtown Edmonton. Luckily, Pip is next door to the high-level bridge streetcar terminal. Crossing the North Saskatchewan River always reminds me of how beautiful this land is. Edmonton is located on Treaty 6 territory and within the Métis Nation of Alberta Region 4. The Cree, my people, knew the area as Amiskwitchi-Waskahigan, which means Beaver Hills House. It's right in the center of Alberta and was a traditional meeting place where we would gather together. It makes me so proud that our sense of community is still strong here. And of course, what's better than gathering over food? Some of Edmonton's best places to eat are downtown on Jasper Avenue, Edmonton's main street. Whether you're looking for a dine-in experience or, like me, something on the move. Farrow is famous for their grab-and-go sandwiches and unbelievable pastries. They've got multiple locations around Edmonton, each with its own punk rock vibe. Their best-selling sandwich, the Grick, has helped rocket them to the top. Farrow won Edmonton's Best Sandwich in 2019, Edmonton's Best Quick Meal in 2020, and many, many other awards. The Grick even won first place in Edmonton's top 100 best things in the Tomato last year. I gotta try this sandwich. Luckily, two of Farrow's managers, Trinity and Cam, can hook me up.
I am so excited to try this.
Yeah, so this is going to be our staple sandwich, the Grick Middle. We've got a nice fried egg in there with some smoked Gouda and tomato jam.
It's like got a soft texture on the outside. It's got this goodness inside, but there's a little bit of crunch in there that just adds to it. I love the taste of the bacon for sure. It's got that, oh, it's absolutely delicious. So you guys have a smaller menu, but it actually packs a lot of punch.
Yeah, so we have a lot of advantages to having a smaller menu. It gives the customers an easy selection, as well as we're able to really focus our attention to detail. We are also able to just have a lot of fresh ingredients at all times.
I'm also really loving the aesthetic here.
Totally. We wanted to keep it kind of silly, but definitely pulls from heritage that a number of our employees and owners have with skateboarding, DIY punk, that kind of thing.
Great food. It's delicious, like absolutely delicious. I can't help myself. I am just staring at this cronut right now.
So this is our Saskatoon berry cronut. The Saskatoon berry is actually one of Alberta's 7 signature foods.
Yeah, so the cronuts are so popular that we partnered with a Sea Change Brewing Company. They put the cronuts right into the mash, and we won the best stout in the Canadian Brewery Awards.
Oh, so this is like a gold medal winning cronut.
Yeah.
It's too good. I love the texture of it. Got that soft, but that crust on top. Got sugar, just the right amount of sugar, and the berries right away. I taste it. It's almost like a thicker jam in the middle. This is great.
I couldn't stay long, but I did make some time to check out their awesome merch. A quick e-scooter ride will take me to one of Edmonton's best hotels, the JW Marriot, where I had a catered meal from Pêpêstêw from the head chef and founder himself, Scott Iserhoff. Scott is an incredible chef on a mission to promote and elevate Indigenous cuisine. Originally from the Otipemisiwak First Nation in Ontario, Scott's career brought him through several kitchens before he started making his food from his people. Championing Indigenous cuisine has earned him a nod as Best Trailblazer in Air Canada's Best New Restaurants, and Pêpêstêw has just won Edmonton's Best Lunch Spot with Edify. He believes food is medicine, which I really connect with. All right, well, I am so excited to try this. What exactly is this dish I have here in front of me?
So this is Pêpêstêw's famous barbecue brisket sandwich. We slow braise it for 12 hours.
Oh, wow.
And then we make a barbecue sauce with Saskatoon berries. I really wanted to do a sandwich that I couldn't find here in Edmonton. And now this is top 5 sandwiches in Canada.
This is one of the top
according
5
to En
sandwiches.
route.
Okay, well, I need to get a bite of this, so here we go. That's like perfectly juicy. Like just the right amount of texture, and the berries, it just adds something extra. It's not like a regular sandwich. This is like actually unbelievable. Obviously, you know, food is medicine. When did you realize that, and what is your philosophy on food?
You hear about this when you're growing up, right? Food is medicine. I started working at a youth shelter, and I noticed a lot of Indigenous representation within these services. And then I'm like, I'm gonna start making stews, and like, you could see these youth coming in and eat like, hey, this is what kuchum used to make. And then like, their whole like attitude shifted when they started eating this food. It was just,
It's emotional, yes, because like food can be so impactful, and especially like the way you do it, it makes it sound like, you know, you're cooking food from home. So when these kids come to you and eat your food, they feel like they're home. So I can understand like how that feels so powerful and so impactful to them. That's like amazing.
and that's when it just clicked.
So what does Pêpêstêw all offer? I know that there's grab and go, but there's so much more to that.
We do long table dinners. We do curated dinners surrounded by Indigenous art at the gallery. We do our own pop-ups. We do a lot.
Yeah, you guys are everywhere, it
Yeah.
seems like. How do you think your heritage really affects your cooking? Do you feel like the style of it just really comes from everything that you've grown up knowing?
Yes. So a lot of like in the summertime, we'll serve a lot of like local vegetables and put our own Indigenous twist on it, like things that I grew up with, and incorporating a lot of smoke. And you know, when you taste that smoky like vegetable, it brings you back to
It does.
traditional meals that were cooked over the fire.
Like certain smells, certain textures, it brings you back to who you really are.
Yes.
So tell me more about your menu. What would you say are your most popular dishes that people love to try?
This brisket,
I believe it.
the bannock loaves that we sell.
You sell
Yeah.
bannock.
Yeah, we do freshly baked bannock every day. The fish tacos.
Could you explain to me what's in it, what it's made of, and how did you prepare
For
this?
sure. Actually, this came to me in a dream, and it as ridiculous as it seems, like I tried it and it worked. So that's pretty crazy.
No, it's honestly not crazy, because like a lot of messages to Indigenous people or things that we get, they will come to us in dreams. And that's exactly what happened to you here. You got this in a dream, and I gotta try it. Do you mind if I give it a go? There's so many flavors. Oh my God. The texture of this, bannock, right? You taste that, you recognize that type of crunch and texture and the softness in the middle. But then I taste all these different kinds of things at once, and then I'll start to taste something after the next thing. It doesn't end. It keeps it like exciting, and it's almost got a little bit of spice to it as well. What's all in this dish?
So this dish is pickerel. We bread it in white cornmeal, mango salsa. I love
fresh.
jalapeno, yeah, and then some shaved cabbage. Actually, like I did a lot of fishing with my father. So like you can imagine like catching a fish and then pulling the boat to the side, filleting it and cooking it.
I feel like every dish that you explain, it has like a story or a backstory to it that brings you back to like your childhood or the way that you were raised.
Always. I think that's what makes it so genuine. When people hear these stories and they eat the food, it transports them back with me. That's what they say. And then actually an elder came up to me and he had our braised bison tongue on corn mush. And he said, like, you brought me back to the trap line with my grandfather.
You can make me cry. I really applaud you on that. It's like really quite remarkable. It's really inspiring to see like a fellow Indigenous person paving the way this way, and especially in an industry where there's not that much representation, right? So people clearly love your food. It's the top best sandwiches in Canada. This is absolutely phenomenal. I just can't wait to see what more comes from you and what more you accomplish.
Language.
I could spend hours connecting with Scott, and I was really excited to hear that he's opening a new restaurant called Bernadette's right on Jasper Avenue. I'll have to try it later, but the whole point of today is to grab and go. So I'll hop back on my e-scooter and roll over to my next course, a farm-to-table dining experience unlike any other at one of Canada's best restaurants, Range Road. That's up next on One Perfect Meal.